Morning, folks. My mom, she's 81. When I call her, she often says things like, back in the days, when I was young, everything was better. And I usually answer, no, mom, it wasn't better, it was just different. But on this topic, I have to agree with her. Let's talk about haters. Now that's off topic. In case you might wonder why I always go outside for shooting my videos, there's a reason for that. Currently I'm shooting on my Sony ZV-E1 full frame in Full HD 30p. Later I render up to 4K. Lens, the Samyang 18mm 2.8. Not a high quality lens, but pretty lightweight. And I'm shooting in aperture priority mode. Means aperture set to f8 so that you have a little background. Everything else, shutter speed, ISO, white balance, everything on auto. It's like walking the Camino. It's about the journey. I don't want to think. For sound, I use the Rode Wireless Go. First version, kinda hate it because another 2 gadgets that I have to charge. I hate charging. But for my purpose, best option. Now indoors, you can't shoot in auto mode. Why is that? Because natural light from the window is beautiful, I love it. But it changes all of the time. Clouds, whatever. And when the light changes, everything will change immediately. White balance, ISO, and you have those flashing backgrounds or whatever. So I have to darken the room completely. Set up all sorts of artificial lights. And that takes a time because all of the lights cause reflections in my glasses. And that's horrible. And you have to set everything on manual because otherwise you have those changes in your picture. That's stress. And on top of all of that, the sound. Since I'm not shooting in a studio but in my living room, I have no sound panels on my wall. And no matter what kind of mic you use, either this wireless stuff or shotgun mic or built-in mic, you have always an echoey sound because it's bouncing off the walls. That's horrible. It's a lot of work, and in the end, I don't like the results. Now outside, beautiful scenery, good light, good sound, and you're in nature. Anyway, back to the topic. Haters. Short analogy. You remember the the movie 300, Rise of an Empire. When they were going into a battle, it was brutal. Limbs flying everywhere, guts on the floor. But it was honest. Men against men, looking each other into the eyes. Today, people are sitting at her desk with a freshly cleaned uniform. Joystick in a hand, flying a drone, and after 8 hours, they go back home. Ah, what have you done today? Ah, I killed some dozen civilians. Was nice. Nobody has blood on their hands anymore. Nobody has to feel guilty. Back to reality. Now, back then, in the good old times, when you hated on someone, or when you wanted to insult someone, or whatever, you had to show up physically, personally, in persona, eye to eye. And once you hated on someone, there were 3 possible outcomes. Either you had to run away pretty soon, pretty fast, or maybe you got an apology, or a slap in your face. But whatever you did, you had to take instant accountability for what you did. No hiding. Oh, by the way, off topic. I found out why my horizon is always dipping, usually in that right direction. Because my right upper arm was broken in an accident, and it didn't grow back together very straight. Not straight at all. And that's why I think I hold the camera leveled, but I don't. And especially when the sun is shining, I don't see pretty anything on the display. And that's why my horizon always dips. Sorry for that. But nowadays, we have the internet. We don't have to go out anymore for grocery shopping, or we don't have to show up in a public office or anything. We can do everything online from the living room, including hating. And you know what's really disturbing to me is that some people, especially young minor girls, already unalived themselves because of all the hate on their channels. And that's what I always say. If you can't stand the heat, stay away from the kitchen. If you cannot deal with that, especially when you're young, stay away from social media. Now, fortunately, on my channel, it's a small channel, but it's rather peaceful. But some years ago, when I was somebody who tried to insult me or trigger me in any form, I had a discussion with them, and for days. And then later I blocked them. I don't do that anymore. Now, if you try to insult me or hate on me, whatever, I won't react. But I don't delete your comment, and I do not block you. I want that everybody can see what you're writing. I want that you expose yourself, because you are a very shitty person. In my opinion, the scary part is that the vast majority of the people that hate on you, they don't even know you. Where does the entitlement come from to hate on you? I don't get it. then it's fake accounts or accounts of people who have never made any content of their own, or whatever. Back in the days, when I was someone I didn't know, how could I hate on him? It was physically impossible. Now, I don't want to talk in detail about the fact that only miserable people hate on you. Happy people don't do that. The miserable people, I don't know, they want you to feel bad, and your suffering elevates them, makes them feel better. Those people are sick, they need medication. But most important, when it's about hate, you don't have to take any accountability at all. You're sitting in your living room, nobody can prove anything. When a situation gets too scary, just delete your fake account, clear your browser history, and everything's fine. White shirt, no blood on your hands. I didn't do anything at all. Don't know what was wrong with him. And that's the same what happened to me in my job. All those people who plotted it against me, they were all sitting in the home office. They could spread lies about me, spread gossip. And in the end, I don't know. We didn't do anything. I'm looking good. And unless someone proves me wrong, I am 100% convinced that my situation wouldn't have happened without home office. This wouldn't have happened if the people would have to encounter me face to face every day and do the things that they did. Would have never happened, and I would have still have a job. I like to compare internet and social media with the abuse of illegal substances. You know, illegal substances, per definition, aren't bad or evil. I'm not talking about this synthetic shit, natural stuff, you know what I mean. Native cultures have used them for hundreds of years. And our brain doesn't have all those receptors for those substances for nothing. There's a reason. Problem is, we, in our modern society, we cannot handle it because it just feels too good. We want to have it over and over again. Same with internet and social media. It's a good thing, but we can't handle it because of instant validation and no accountability at all. Guys, I want to have the good old days back. And I think those days were more peaceful and more friendly because people were afraid to insult each other. Because you always had to take into account that if I call this guy a stinky dickhead, he might punch me in the face. So better I don't. I don't know, man. Anyway, what do you think? Don't even try to insult me. You know what will happen. I'm gonna make fun of you. Anyway, so far, stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. Ciao, ciao.